Hey guys, hey, I'm going to talk about for a minute something outside of the Bible. Um, it's what I believe to be the purpose of life and the reason for creation. So, just from a philosophical point of view, um, right, here we go. You don't build something if you don't have a purpose for building it. For instance, we might build a car, we might create a car because we want to go driving in it. Or we may build a boat because we want to go floating around and fishing or whatever. You create something for your purpose. The creator will create something for a purpose. Or we build something for a purpose. We don't do these things for no point. And when I look at creation, I see a creator in the creation because it's so well created. Romans. It's in Romans. But anyway, so my point of view is that we are created and that there is a creator. And I've come to that point of view in my personal journey because of the eyesight. I was working with some decrypting programs before I became a Christian, and our computers weren't even keeping up with video decrypting and the noise. So our eyesight is far superior to the processing power of our computers today. And the way that we can glance at things and process them without even looking at them convinced me that my eyesight was created. The way we have two eyes that focuses in and it gives you a depth and a distance. So I believe we're created. So this creator has to have had a purpose for creating us. So people create things for a purpose, cars and boats, etc. Right? So there must be a purpose for creation. So if you're one all-powerful God, I'm talking about a God that put the stars in the sky and the sun in its place, and mountains, fish, sea. Talking about this amazing God, okay? So if you're this creator, why would you need to create us? You must have had a purpose for creating us. And this is what makes sense to me, okay? What makes sense to me is that you can't have love unless you've got somebody to give it to. You can't enjoy being in love unless you've got someone or something to love. And that person needs to turn around and love you back. And for there to be perfect love, there needs to be perfect freedom. Something I learned in some of the mistakes I made in my early 20s was that you can't control people, especially not someone you love. It drives them away. Perfect love requires perfect freedom. And no matter how much it hurts you, you need to allow your partners to have freedom. They need to choose to love you for love to flourish. They need to choose to do that on their own. It's kind of scary because they can choose to walk away or they can choose to reject you. And you're left out in the cold. But bringing this back to creation, right? So you have one God. God is one. In the beginning, God. Nothing but God. In the beginning was God. Before he created anything, it was just God. So, God wants to have love. God wants to enjoy being in love. Just like we might want to drive around in a car or want to go fishing on a boat. He had a need, a desire, a plan. So he created us so that he could love us, interact with us, and enjoy being in love. So my perception on the meaning of life is that to fulfill our purpose, the reason that we've been created, is that we need to love and interact with God. And we need to learn to choose that on our own. And that's what I believe the purpose of life is. Simply to have an interactive, loving relationship with God. And everything else comes out of that. That makes sense. Can you think of any other reason God might have made us? You know, this God who put the sun in its place and created the moon, put everything in orbit. You know, made the trees grow. You know, is there anything we can do for him? Can we build any buildings or, you know, temples, or is there anything that we could do for him that he couldn't have just simply done on his own? Why did he create you? Why did he create me? What makes sense is that he wants to be in love. You can't have love without somebody to give it to. It also fits because that's why everything that he's given us is good. So good. Look at your hands. Look at this blue sky. You know? Look at the way we're made. We're made well. We're fiercely and awesomely made. The things that he's done for us are good. And if you love somebody like your wife or your children, well, you want to be good to them. You do good things for them. So that summarizes this clip. God created us to have a relationship with him. If we can do that, we fulfill our purpose in life. That's what I believe. And I hope you can see it too. God bless.